be part of this conversation. He turns to Arlen.
Arlen looks at the nice little table. Down. Ein widget. Yes.
Callie's like, what conversation? She's looking at fear in her eyes. She's looking at Zeta.
You know what, Callie? Maybe go see if you can find some more dessert in the kitchen.
Oh, I can help out the commander.
No.
Oh, but I want to see this Mazatec guy.
Sure, go.
I want to go see the rainbow unicorn.
Yeah, come on, let's go see the rainbow unicorn.
Yeah, rainbow. Yeah. Yeah, you have fun with your whatevers. We're gonna go see the rainbow unicorn.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I can't wait for the rainbow unicorn.
So, upon the Countess's request, we've brought you the items that belong to her late husband. And we wish you, well, your wisdom.
What shall we look at first?
Widget?
That is a very interesting ring that you have on your finger, I must do say so myself.
Oh, he's talking to Arlen?
Yep. He's talking about the ring of the Philomath Mystic.
I'm looking for it.
Which is which is the star with the jewels on it, and
Yes. Well, my apologies. Perhaps we can start with this. Takes the ring off. Becomes a little dumber.
Philomath Mystics. He shrugs. He says, "They're a curious group."
Yes.
Who, he looks at the ring, concentrates on it. He flicks it with his thumb. You notice a bunch of little symbols appearing on his thumbnail as he's looking at them. Yes, a very you could turn someone into a very learned person. It gives all sorts of ideas and thoughts. The Philomath Mystics are a bunch of educated folk who are interested in music, mathematics, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
He's lying to you. Give me a sense motive.
Ooh.
He's not going into as much depth.
Oh,
And
Oh, Damien can try.
22 is not bad. 20 beats 20, so he's
Yeah, Damien got a 38. So.
okay. So Damien, you know that he knows what the Philomath Mystics are, and he's kind of poo-pooing it because
Okay, Arlen had a 24.
he's saying it in a way that he wants you to know that he knows.
Okay.
He puts it down.
Hold on.
He just gives it back and smiles to you.
Grizaak has no problem calling out this guy.
With the 38.
Oh.
He might have said something in that long string that was asking the question of whether or not any of you are Philomath Mystics.
I don't believe any of us are Philomath mystics. Perhaps you could go deeper into.
I see. Well, perhaps I won't be as obvious next time. They are a semi-secret group, however, that are very interested in learning about all sorts of things.
You gave away my secrets. I'm kidding.
Yes, it is true that the Philomath Mystics are into arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and music. It is such things that provide an educated person the building blocks to understand, well, everything under creation. And you can see that there's a symbol painted in the air as he's waving his finger, and he draws a circle and a triangle and a bunch of triangles on the inside.
Okay.
The tetracist inside a circle The circle equals the quest to understand all that it encircles, including God's creation, motion, constants, physical, mental, spirit, earth, air, fire, and water. There are non-imperials and imperials that are part of the Philomath mystics. They are very concerned with creation itself, and the ring lights up. And anything that threatens it, and you can see a bunch of like dark clouds for effect appear around the Philomath mystics, and like weird tentacles kind of like touching the circle and getting zapped. He waves it all away.
Would this include the shadow dragon?
Oh, yes. Yes. The shadow dragon. I hear you brought her book here with you.
Yep.
It's one of the items, yeah.
Oh, sorry. That is one of them, yes.
This one, yeah, you wouldn't happen to have a knock spell, would you?
Oh, dear my, of course I do.
Out comes a book.
This is the Codex of Shadows, believed to be penned by Dracia Umbra Vilda herself. The Codex of Shadows contains the secrets of using shadow weave, the weave between the strands, the anti-weave by some. Now, why would she tap into the shadow weave and leave it in this book? It is believed that Dracia Umbra Vilda wanted to share the shadow weave with the elves of Terras Lene, the elves of Avasia, as a way to coax them to her side, for there was never a greater caster of shadow magic that ever stepped foot upon Tarak, and perhaps even in other places, as Dracia. She, with the knowledge contained in... Where is it? Where is it?
Arlen looks at Widget, like...
You mean the book? Or the...
Did you put the book out on the table?
Yeah, but
Okay.
you can put it right on the... Like, when he's like, yeah, of course I got a knock spell. Out comes the book. Ka-choo.
Ka-chung! Oh. This has been in the hands of the enemy for a long time, and it has been passed around elven families. 4 great and 4 lesser succumbed to her shadowy desire, and gave unto themselves to the shadow weave, sundering themselves from ever doing proper magic ever again, and learning to wiggle like worms in their speech and in their intonations to become masters of shadow, illusion, and necromancy. Enchantment as well. For even it is said that shadow weave can overcome even natural resistances of that of the elves.
A shadow sleep spell.
He says to, these are, of course, theories, as the Shadow War has driven many of these great shadow casters, the Dusk Lords and their squires, back into the shadowy realm, and the shadow realm to the north of us is so close to our own realm. And there's like all these like weird illusions accompanying his speech. So much so that it is said that a simple pinprick in the plains can open up vast portals to the shadowy domain. Your aunt, your great aunt.
Ah, shit. You're talking about them crystals again? That crystal that we busted up? I hope that wasn't it.
Yes, you were there, weren't you? You were there.
Yeah. It wasn't too long ago. Or was it? Oh, shit.
Grizaak and Nibbles, along with their great aunt and great grandmother, the sisters, Zyra and Ziva, along with Renee.
It was Sylvanas, there was Ram, I think.
Renee, the...
Renee, that's his name. I liked him kind of. And then there was Spanish. You were there. Vamaris.
Well,
Who else was there? Oh, there was, what's her name? She came with us, didn't she? We rescued her from that basement.
what are these other things, he says. He seems to get distracted all of a sudden by the strange compass.
A compass and a needle. And when you put them together, it points kind of north of here.
Yeah, this is the item of most interest to me, actually.
If I read the book, I can play with the compass, won't get the headaches.
Your great-grandmother spoke of this thing. She knew that it was in the hands of humans. A warrior, a great warrior of light by the name of Ambrose, who had, it is said, the sun burned back because Pelor always looked over him.
Did he have a light spear?
Yes, he did. He had a spear that they said that the god Pelor reached up into the sky and broke off of the sun and fashioned into a great spear, but we are getting ahead of ourselves.
Because that item is here as well.
You have the spear?
Well, a piece of it. But I'm thinking, from what you're saying, a piece of it might be enough to make it again.
No one has seen the spear since the time of the Shadow War. The conclusion of the Shadow War, where Ambrose plunged into the Shadow Plane itself with the Spear of Light and disappeared. We have not heard a stir from the dragon in Elf's shadow, at least not until recently. Something has happened.
Yeah, Arlen taps his forehead. Something has that's awakened quite a few things.
Yes, I thought I've seen that before. There were a sect of Pelorites that did not call out to Pelor. They called out to something...
The source behind the light?
No, it was something... Yes, no, it was that. How do you...
This is my holy symbol.
That compass will point the way to places where the pin has been pricked through the two cloths.
Ah, shit, I knew it.
Places that were guarded by the Dusk Lord and their squires. Or so Zyra told me before she plunged into one of them.
What? What do you say?
I'm saying, my dear Grizaak, that this compass should help you find Zyra, or at least find out what happened to her.
Oh, shit. But we need to find Rennie. He's really close with her.
I have asked gods and cast spells and tried to scry upon her. And I do always get curious results. Zyra is neither live nor dead.
Here's a question.
She is in a place that is almost beyond light, but not quite in shadow. Yet in darkness she shall remain. You guys are writing this down?
I am now.
Sure.
In light, beyond shadow.
Almost.
She's neither alive nor
No.
dead.
You know, alive and dead. She's in a.
Sorry, this is the.
She's in a place that.
I got the snippets, but I don't have them in the correct order.
She's neither alive or dead.
Neither alive nor dead.
She's in a place that cannot be reached by light. Almost.
In a place that cannot be reached by light. Almost.
And oh, what was the last one?
Is not quite in shadow.
It's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was it.
And in darkness she shall remain. Until her kin free her from the stone.
Oh, man, Zyra's all messed up.
I've tried to find her. I cannot. I suspect that the scrying is interfered by... Maybe she is part into a plane and part not. I worry for her. For some reason, I think she still has company, however. I was always creeped out about your great aunt's shadow. It is like it had a mind of its own.
That's because it's someone different. I told you, we used someone else with us, and it was her shadow thing. And she became something with Zyra. Same. And she almost died, and she just kind of jumped into Zyra. You remember that, Nibbles?
Oh, yes, very strange.
At the time, I wasn't sure. Now, though, I'm still not sure.
You must find your aunt. She was on a quest. Agents of Dracia herself were trying to find something old. Zyra believed they had it. She went to stop them, to stop the delivery of such things into the shadow world. The world where Dracia's strong. You must find out what it was. Find your aunt. It is most important. It has to do with what they found. Oh.
So,
Whispers? Sorry. There's like a gazillion things open.
Yeah.
Look at all the whispers.
Marty, does he have a holy symbol?
He does not have a holy symbol. You can give me a knowledge or nature or a knowledge religion.
Okay. This is Arlen that actually cares.
Religion.
26.
He's got some like stars and moons on his on the chasuble. It's kind of like some cloth that's like a little tiny scarf. It's like a tie, like an untied tie, but equal on both ends. It's got some symbols on it that suggests that he worships a god by the name of Coralon.
Emergency bowel break.
Oh, I gotta poop now.
The human worships the elven god, the chief elven deity.
What is that deity's connection with Palor?
Loose, chaotic good, the god of war, arts, magic. The chief of the pantheon. Palor is neutral good.
One step away, they'd be kind of.
They probably work together. Will you help Zita and Evander recover their great aunt?
Yes. There are logistics that limit the amount of help that we can do, as we're a ludus that requires to fight. It is not possible for us to just simply walk around free. We need to keep fighting in order to do this. So it limits us and slows us down, as we need to travel with a large amount of people. But yes, we can do this.
Are you saying what are you saying? You're saying you're ludus. You're fighters. You need to fight.
That's the way. That is the freedom. That is the price of the freedom we have to do what we are doing now.
Well, how many of you need to remain behind? I think I need to fight, says Ugg.
We can continue to travel. Sure, there's places to the north that have registered arenas.
No,
Is this as far as we can get?
there are no other arenas north of here. You will have to fight in the military camps and smaller towns, but they are not incorporated like we are. Perhaps you could have fights here.
Do you have summon matches or things that?
Oh yes. If it's a couple of fights, 2, 3, what do you need per season?
There's 3 in total. The remainder of the gladiators here require an extra 2 fights.
How many
For
of
this
you are
season.
gladiators? Ugg raises his little hand.
Sam.
Me and Sam and
Edward. We've lost 2 gladiators on the way up.
Ah. So just the 3 of you. How many fights do you need? 2?
2 each.
We could have fights over the waterfalls. Dancing upon the waterfalls.
Arlen raises a glass to the gladiators, like, good luck with that. The logs didn't go so well.
Oh, of course, they've got fly spells.
And if we're being perfectly honest, it wasn't the fact that there was logs that was the problem. It was that the townspeople couldn't keep their fish in their
Arlen's like,
pants.
just that's Widget actually. Never mind.
It sounds like a formality that is easily circumvented. And met, he says. Met legally.
I think.
So there is a way around this. I will have the ability to teleport, not to. I need to study some more. Once I've attained a level of knowledge that allows me to level.
Go gather my XP.
I see.
I could travel. I could travel with the gladiators and return for fights.
There is this matter of this magisterial case, as well as some of the gladiators. Perhaps not all of you will need to go. Some of you could stay here, while others go and seek out Zyra.
Yeah, well, I'm going. Nibbles too, isn't that right?
Nibbles go,
Son of a
yes.
bitch, yeah. Hey, yeah, let's go again.
Well, if I'm supposed to get crafting done, although I'm the guy, like, if the artifacts are going, I go.
We also gotta get, Grizaak and Rennie. Hey, do you know what happened to Mars?
Perhaps we should all go. So it feels like Grizaak and Nibbles and Evander and Zeta probably want to go.
Yep.
Let me just even this out. There's a Mark and an NPC. There's an Ahmed and a Mark. All right, who's
If we're
Widget.
following the shadow compass, Widget's going because he's the guy with the shadow compass.
Widget doesn't have to fight. Arlen doesn't have to fight.
Damien's got to deal with the
Legal dispute. Arlen
Legal
has to deal with
dispute.
a legal dispute.
Once I've dealt with this illegal issue, I can.
we'll have no healer.
What do you mean? We've got a druid. We got the Grizaak.
Oh, no one wants the Grizaak touching them.
Callie probably wants to come, which means she's going to drag Sam along, but Sam's going to fight.
Yep.
What does Zeta say to her? You gonna keep her, or you gonna let her say?
No, she can come.
Forget your love life. That one will die anyways.
Don't get attached. They don't live long.
Look how detached he already is.
If you're out that way, perhaps you should also stop by the ruins of Belheim.
Oh, it'd be nice to get back there.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I do believe that.
Where Rennie is again?
Yes, Renee.
Come up.
Zyra told me that Renee haunts that place. I would be very careful in dealing with him. Haunt, says Radimer.
What's the Renee again? Is he a human?
I would like to go if there are haunts.
So, just as a quick thing, I kind of get the 300-year-old dwarf and not like that being super weird. A 300-year-old human and haunts. Fossa, please join us to greet the haunt.
Zeta, I know this is important, but can I stay here with Sam?
Of course, if that's what you wish.
Are you going to be all right?
Evander is with me. He can protect me.
Okay.
Fuck Evander, look at Nibbles. Sorry, buddy. You're too pretty.
Forgive me. It's also we got to this elven paradise, and I kind of want to explore it a little bit.
That I understand, dear.
She gives you a hug. Cool. Thank you.
And feel free to use our apartment, by the way. For you to sleep in. For you to sleep in.
I understand, she says. I understand. You taught me the thing.
Exactly. No sleeping happening. All the beds.
I will come with you to see
All the
this
walls.
haunted village.
Yeah, Radimar, this is your thing. You should go.
Perhaps Damien can... For some reason, I think you should come. A
The
light
lieutenant-
priest.
He looks at the custodians. Like, once I've dealt with this legal matter, then I can take my leave. Will I? Does Arlen know about the teleportation thing or not?
You're an acting, make another guy an acting. Then wheel your ass over here.
So Arlen's thinking,
Why? Well, we need another. This Ludus needs another 2 gladiators. Needs management.
Yes?
Don't worry, we got this. Yeah.
Before your next fight, you have to fill in your empty slots.
We need to buy gladiators.
No, you don't. You put Nibbles and Grizaak in. They've
Who'll
done
have
their
to
fights.
Who'll have to fight
They've
next
had their
season.
4 fights for the season.
Yeah, no, for
mean-
this season.
Yeah, but next season,
Next season-
Next season,
we
you
don't have-
change it.
We don't have to register them for next season.
Exactly. We have
It's
to
just a
register.
paperwork issue right now.
We just have to register 2 new gladiators.
No, you register Nibbles and Grizaak till the end of the season.
Yes, and then next season.
Next season, you
They-
pick 2 more.
you
That's
pick-
that's
yeah, every
a
season
month
you pick.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, we only have 3 guys left.
But okay, yeah. By next season, we have to find some people.
Yeah.
Next
You can do
season's in a
that
few
now.
weeks. It's like
There's a crazy lady in the basement with a with a pink flying unicorn.
With a rainbow unicorn.
there's one.
Register the unicorn separately.
Arlen is now torn because he has this responsibility.
Yeah.
He has
There are-
2 separate responsibilities.
Yes. Agreed. What is Arlen doing? There's a party forming that is going to go and follow the shadow compass to try to find Zyra, some old elven lady that knows about the shadow. Widget is now found, like he's in a group of people that are not part of your Ludus.
He's not part of
I never was a slave, you fuck.
And
I'm
your
aware,
slaves
you
are coming.
ass.
Remember, they came here under the guise of a Ludus so that you could do adventuring on the side.
If you'd like, Arlen, I am your attorney. I can, for a time, act as Lannister. I am
Thank you,
oath-bound.
Damien. I really appreciate that. However,
I am oath-bound to the lady to do my best for you and this mission and the success of her Ludus.
he just takes Damien by the side. It's like, Damien, I care for my gladiators. I don't think you care for them at all.
I don't at all.
Exactly. That's the point. I don't want any of them to die. They are my friends. I understand you don't understand that. I don't want them to die.
No, they are assets of Lady Opal. That makes them valuable.
They're
We
also
don't throw away assets, now do we?
No, we do not. I also wanted to have the ability to travel quicker, to take them when they're required.
Really? Can you grow legs? Is that how you'll travel quicker?
What a dick.
I'm the Lannister! Lannister! Talk Lannister like that. When
that
he-
game started, what are you supposed to be smacking? Because I just see
Oh,
kind
like
of
someone's
character-
leg. Someone's leg.
Yeah, okay,
like
that's
like a
fucking right
thigh
there.
or something. I'm a
So
Lannister.
if we find Renee, then there will be 2 characters for Adam. If we find a certain monk wandering around the wilderness, there'll be 2 characters for and then do we have 1 character for each of you back here? There's Damien, Arlen, and Sam. So it feels like a good
Arlen
in a
needs to stay
meta
back.
division kind of
Arlen,
thing.
yeah.
When I was assigning groups, I was applying some meta to the.
Yeah.
I think
I'm gonna encourage, as we have the parties split up, to do it to within a reasonable way, to split up amongst, does somebody have something to do in each party, and then does it fit the story? And I love the fact that you're agonizing over this. But it is, we're 23 minutes past where we normally end.
Right.
So I think this is a good place to end it. I think this game needs a name, and I don't know what we're going to concentrate on for this particular game because lots of shit happened.
It was very like.
Gold star found.
No, blood in the water.
Oh, in the water. Remind me, Arlen. Marty, this is actually a good place for Arlen to start recruiting. The place where Palorites, who there was a sect of them that used to pray to the source behind the light.
That's what you were told, that, and maybe
back
this
again?
possible champion, a champion of old by the name of Ambrose. Villain point, and Roger goes feral. No, he's already feral. He's
already
He was
feral.
one you said you go feral
Show
or
him
you
his
feel bad.
picture.
Okay.
Show him his picture.
I don't know where he is anymore. He's already feral.
He's on the map.
Yeah. I need a name for the
His
game,
picture's
though.
awesome. New Roger.
No, a name for tonight's game.
Farewell, Roger. Hello, Roger. This is 'cause he's
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
I think we're gonna have a game where it's like, what has been Roger been up to as this 7th level psycho with a crossbow?
Good night, Jake.
Eventually,
It was
we're
pretty
just
awesome.
going to teleport, scry teleport, pick him up, and put it back into the roster.
Blood
I
in the
think.
Water is the best name I've heard so far.
Yep.
That was insane. The let's wrestle a dinosaur led to all these like problems. Thanks, Trickster. Good to see you, man. Fox, I saw that. I'm guessing the Custodian was an elf reincarnated himself as a human to take care of this place, or as a half elf or an elf. Sorry, as a human. Yeah. That is gold. Wherever that came from. Dino Rumble. Blood in the Water. This place is full of water, and we're talking about bloodlines, and there was a distinct, like, oh no, the thing's bleeding in the water, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Won't you be my Roger? Won't you be my Roger? Roger's like, just attacking caravans as a madman, attacking people along the road.
Chewing on them and
Just chewing on him, and Dirty is like, whenever I act normal, I feel bad.
Dry humping the dead horse afterwards.
So whenever the spell works like this, whenever you stop doing the thing,
you start to
you
get
get
penalties.
you get a penalty, and the penalty is a
Ability scores. One, it's straight dex con.
yeah, it's an ability score that drops by 6. I think this priest makes his wisdom drop by 6. So then he like a 4 wisdom means that he probably gives in to his urges,
Whatever the feral
and then
is.
feels better. I think his wisdom is
Also, Magnus's head basket, which is now waiting in his sick room, just waiting for him to clear up. You know,
Magnus is. I don't know. I wasn't there, man. I don't know what the hell you guys did.
Oh, there's a Magnus's armor is done, by the way, and then Magnus slowly recovered from his.
Magnus agreed
Yes.
to bumping Zed and Zargon up to gladiator status.
Okay, yeah, get him fighting.
There was some manipulation required for Zed to be accepted. Then we set up some fights. There's a fight between Zed and Zargon and a group of knights, or 2 knights specifically.
Is he allowed to fly?
There's a 30-foot chain, 40-foot chain, 30-foot chain. So he's going to be chained to the ground. So he's going to be able to fly in a circle, basically.
Okay.
And we bet 30,000 on that fight.
Sure.
Um,
And how many knights? Is it 5 knights?
2 knights. A wolf knight and a snake knight.
Dude, fucking dead. Okay.
They're high level. But they are.
Oh yeah, we're the next tier. next
we're-
tier of bullshittery.
But they are so Zargon's actually a little bit behind. He needs XP. Then we made a deal that Magnus would fight against 5 knights.
Okay.
If we win, we get 20 talents and a merciful lance. If we lose, we're supposed to give him the Phantom Man sword.
Question.
We're making.
Are they using merciful lances?
They're supposed to be.
Is that in the
They're
rules?
supposed to be blunted. Yeah.
I'm taking 2 weapons, one lethal, one not.
You're allowed to bring as many swords as you want.
Yeah, like you guys pick and choose. You want this one?
Very
Or
explicitly,
this one?
very explicitly, as many swords as you want. And you'll be fighting 5 knights, and it'll be on a battlefield with terrain.
Oh, there's terrain. There's like there may be
barrels
boxes
and
or
shit.
barrels. Okay, that is good.
And this is the one that Nori thinks that they're finally going to beat you, but I think with some terrain you can absolutely wreck some shop.
Magnus had problems with charging knights last time. Yeah.
He did. Win initiative, sir.
So
We did.
if we do a midweek game, we'll do the Magnus fights. We'll do the fights of the Ludus. I think there's some momentum with the Dread and Circus.
So
Although
question.
we've reached the end of my prep. Like I've got stuff prepped in the head, but I don't have like maps and shit prepped. So let me think on which one we're gonna do next.
So I've got a
Yeah, Firefox.
like a big design kickoff thing next week.
Yep.
Okay.
So I am Friday night. I should be rocking back into the country.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I've got every day next week booked till 10 p.m. So up until Thursday, which I'm supposed to be doing customer stuff.
Ugh.
Good luck, dude.
Don't die. Whee.
Hero point refresh. Yeah, let us do that as well. Yeah, Fox, Demon Lord.
Bring it on, Nemi!
The other thing is,
I've closed all my windows, but I'll make a note that that the regulars get their hero points and stuff.
a druggie came and brought Magnus a gift in a basket, and a guy named Goldtooth has called you out, so we signed you up for a fight. But the rule that we told them was, you'll fight Goldtooth if we can get a mob of dudes to fight our guys, because we don't have enough fights this season yet, and nobody wants to fight with us because we're a bunch of jerks. So we need fights for Fleas and everybody else. So we basically said, get us a bunch of crackheads to fight in the ring. Get us a bunch of crackheads that are registered, and we'll fight them.
Yeah, there's a Corsican barbarian's head in a basket waiting for
That's
you
just sitting beside your sick table.
as a call
your sick bed.
out to fight. Okay, so Blood in the Water is the name of the game, and I want a hero because if I get villains, I will do evil things. Yeah, I get your feeling, man. I get your feeling. There were some evil things that happened tonight, and
It was good.
and the plot changes. The plot changes. Consequences of who's going on the adventure part of the adventure, as opposed to the gladiating part of the adventure, were affected by that villain point spend.
Yep.
First it was a hero point spend, and then it was it was a villain, then a hero.
Mm-hmm.
It was a villain, then a hero, then a villain.
Yeah.
He gets away. Okay.
That's not chum in the water.
But something bad happens to him.
That's awesome. Okay, this is a good place to leave it. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is so awesome that you guys are able to share this with us. We hope you enjoy this as much as we do. Have a good night, everyone.
The story so much.
Yeah.
Good night.
You can't script this shit.
No, when I get the guys emailing me like the next day or within hours, when are we playing again? I know I've done a good job. That we've done a good job, because I can't do it without them either. So, good night, guys.
I'll let you know you're not going to get anything from me for at least like 8 hours. I'm going to go crash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Saturday. So it sounds like Saturday, maybe Magnus fights in the. See you on Tuesday.
Sure, yeah, I can take on a couple of them.
Good night, guys.